Alright, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh. Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostle, great millstone, who will want to teach you all, and salutations to the awesome wonderful on earth, but with sincerity, risking their lives to do so. For the house of David and a few off that do listen. This lesson is going to be on the congregation of the dead. And we're going to go into a few definitions in the letter as possible. Basically, the congregation of the dead is really these heathens or being in a dead like state of mind. If someone can get the etymology of the word dead as well, because
Con.
when you're living a life that leads you to death or doesn't prosper you in life, that's being in a dead state. All right, this world only teaches you about one kind of death, is the physical death, but the mental and spiritual death is worse. Okay, um, yeah, if you get that etymology,
Con. This
right?
is dead out of the etymology.com dictionary. Having Middle English, Old English dead. Having ceased to live. Also torpid, dull, of water still standing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to jump down. Meaning insensible, void of perception.
Right, and that's what the heathens are void of perception, and what is the main perception that they're void of? The truth. So you definitely Yabashim says to learn not the ways of the heathen, right? Because they don't have any righteous judgment, nor do they have any answers to life. Go ahead.
Um, Inactive, dull, muffled.
Yeah, and when I was at the plantation, I was like telling the brother earlier, man, there was this Hamite, and he was just there like zoned out, lifeless, to the point where he looked like a human statue. When he talked, he didn't have any life or liveliness in him. Okay, so and on top of that, when you asked him certain questions, he had no answers. You didn't. You could tell he didn't understand a lot of things. All right, that's what being in a dead state of mind is. When you're dead and you go in the grave, you're not your body's not thinking, you're not moving, and you're cold as well. You're numb, and that's what it is too. People are numb to the truth. People are numb to their own ways and own wickedness of what's going on. Okay,
Con.
go ahead.
Uh, Person defeated or soon to be useless person.
Hey, that's Isaiah 40 and 15. If we can get that, and let me get that real quick. All right, Isaiah chapter 40 and 15 says a useless person are defeated. Now we know in the scriptures that the heathens are counted as nothing, right? Meaning they're useless. If you're nothing, you're useless. You have no validation. You get this. Um, this is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 15, and it says, "Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, are counted as a small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing." Verse 17, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. And if you look up that word vanity, all right, is H8414, which is Tawa, no, Taiha, and it means formlessness, confusion, unreality, emptiness. Okay, and that's what it says: empty space, that
Con.
which is empty or unreal, waste, wasteland, wilderness, solitary place.
Hey, that's the
Verses
majority. That's the majority of these people, man. That's a
Con.
beautiful word. That's one of my favorite words. Is vain, meaning empty. You always got to remember that because in this world, man, you might get caught up in these things you see. Even David, he said he was envious at the wicked when he saw the prosperity, man. But
uh,
at the end of the day, man, it says and it tells you envy not the sinner, right? For thou knowest not his end. You know, and these people are all vain and empty, man. Because they're all about on the outside appearance. Like you had that bitch. I don't know if you brothers remember back in the day, Vanity Six.
Yeah, I remember. I remember them. Yep.
Man, that nasty fucking hoe, you know.
Yep.
And her name was Vanity, and her group was Vanity Six. And
Yeah.
there's only three members though, so you can guess why she picked the six.
Yep.
And then years later, she wrote a book called Hollywood. sex in hell, I believe, or
Yep.
drugs in hell, some shit. But
Con.
you know that's a perfect stamp of society, you know, because people look to her and aspire to be her. And that was back, what was it, in the 80s
'80s.
and
Yep.
late 70s, right?
Yep.
So now what do we have, man? We have these children all bugged out, man.
Yo.
You
Yep.
know, these kids are all bugged out. They're all in the congregation of the dead, man. You know, even if they all got Instagram, they might be watching one of our videos in class, but they might be laughing at it, right? They might not be taking it in. You know, they're completely devoid of light, man. They just look for everyone is just looking for that new high, that adrenaline rush, the next hype thing, you know, the next thing to laugh at, the next thing to get hype at,
Sure.
right?
Yep. The next trend. You know, they got something in England called the Tavistock Institute of Foreign Relations, where they come up and have meetings and decide what's going to be the next trend for Jake to follow.
Yo.
See, that's heavy, man. You know, that's heavy. And they set these people up, man. You
Yep.
know, they set them up in Jake's neighborhood from the BA, right? The top Masonic people, and they're your community leaders and your organizers and your influential people, right? And they influence you, and they make you go to these routes, man. They might take you in the back door. Brother told me his son, man, in this truth in the camp. You know, he was going to be a pro basketball player, and he knew an ex pro basketball player, and he was a damn Mason. He had a big ass Mason ring, and he brought him backstage, and he wanted to bring him into the damn Masonic temple, right?
Con, one of the
But
brothers. My bad.
no, I was just saying the brother wasn't with him, man.
Con and the brother was telling me his story. The bar. He was teaching me, telling me that he was on his way to signing a deal, pretty much with DJ Quick, and he left the deal on the table because he got introduced and showed that light. Like, you really got to take a backdoor deal. You really got to.
That dude got popped in his ass, man.
DJ Quick definitely got popped in his ass. You know,
There was a person I forget our brother mentioned who exactly did, but you have these top guys. Like Quincy Jones is one of them, man. He's one of the top motherfuckers,
top.
man.
Yep.
You know, among Jake, man. He tried to, even Tupac, he tried to pop his ass, man.
Yeah, he was dealing with Tupac's daughter, and he asked Tupac to pop him in his ass.
He said, I don't go that way, man. You know,
Con.
but either way, man, we know Pac did some rituals, and maybe whatever he wasn't with, you know, they got him, man. You
Yep.
know, like a lot of these guys, man, they have to sacrifice. Hey, man, that's why what's the whole title? Congregation of the Dead, man. These people are all about death, man.
Right.
You know, these people are all about death and blood,
Con.
right? Like Drake, man, that dude sacrifices people. He already done
Yo.
sacrificed 3, 4 people, man. The dude that got shot in Toronto on Queen Street.
Right.
He's up and coming rapper. You know, there's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of things that happen that people really don't realize, man. You guys just see the glitter in the light, but then, yo, man, when that meeting happens, right? Them top producers, executives, engineers are all Khazars, man.
Yeah.
Man,
Yep.
back in the day, there's a
Hey, what's
song.
that lead? What's that lead? Which Leo Cohen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
the Migos were standing with that bitch, yo.
Con.
There was a song back in the day, not back in the day. It was like maybe 15 years ago, but it was Eminem, 50 Cent, and Obi Trice,
Yep. I
right?
remember that.
It's a good song. I like that song because it's talking about the bitches. But in the song, in the first verse, Obi Trice he said it's Jimmy Iovine's time. And if you look up that dude,
Yep.
he's a big Khazar
Jim.
producer, man.
Yep. Jimmy Iovine, Leo
Yeah.
Cohen, and what's the guy? Rick Rubin.
Yeah. Yep. That's right, man. You have guys like Hans Zimmer.
Yep.
You know, he's a big soundtrack dude from he made the soundtrack for Batman,
Yeah.
the new ones, right?
Yep.
He did a lot. The Gladiator, you know. But man, yo, the point is when they bring you back door, you know, you really gotta, you know, take it in, man. All
Yeah.
right,
You
you
literally.
gotta. I tried to not make a pun, but it just came out that way. But man, you gotta actually, you gotta, what the fuck is going on,
Con.
right?
And
But majority of them, they don't take it in, right, man? They just go with the flow, so to speak, because they don't want to go back to broke, right? Isn't that Jake's favorite line?
Yo.
you're right. People like people are thinking these things or hear these things like, oh, that's conspiracy theory, or it's too hard to believe. But you gotta realize, you know, it goes back to when Satan tempted Yahushua. You know,
Yep.
he has control over every. This is his kingdom. Satan and the so-called white man. This is his rulership. So in order to be so-called established in this place, in the entertainment field or whatever, you gotta take a back. You gotta pretty much join some type of society where backdoor deals go on. Like they showed you part of that in Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's a bad movie, man.
Tom.
Yeah, man, that movie's highly demonic, man. And guess what? That dude that made the movie, he died right after, man.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, he died right before.
Right before
I
it
think
came out, right? Yeah,
4 days before
yeah,
it's supposed
yeah,
to
yeah.
premiere. Yep,
Yeah, man, they got his ass.
I got a precept. It's going into so-called secret societies, Illuminati. This is and you know this more to add to the congregation of the dead because most of the congregation of the dead, you know, the people, the regular peons, they aspire to be in this entertainment field, whether it be sports, movies. You know,
Yeah.
this is Psalm 64 and 1 to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, and O Most High. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows and shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they
That's,
shoot.
like, yeah, that's 64, right?
Yeah, Con.
Yeah, and I remember when the apostles were bringing out the knowledge on the Illuminati and bringing out this scripture. I remember IUIC. This was like in '09 probably, maybe even before. They were saying you guys are crazy. You talking about the Illuminati? You know, these guys are complete bug outs, man. All you gotta do is check fucking records, man.
Yeah.
This shit was open. You know, and then like you were saying, they call conspiracy theories. That shit, the government popularized. I think during the time of Kennedy, when someone was questioning the Kennedy assassination, they said, listen, use the word conspiracy theories. And
Right.
that was just like a one. Just like after 9/11, they said, yo man, if you say the word terrorist on a fucking airplane, man, you better be ready to get the fuck
Hey,
out of there.
and what's the new word? What's the new term? I think it's plausible deniability.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the
No,
new term. New term they're using.
con.
But continuing on
Yeah.
to say that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, "Who shall see them?" And you know, just recently, not too long ago, in the '80s, late '80s, early '90s, you didn't hear the term Illuminati out there like that because it was in secret. You know, it was a secret society. Like, or you
Yeah,
hear of the Black
book,
Boule, or the,
yeah,
you know what
you had that book like Behold the Pale
you,
Horse.
yep,
You know, you had to read basically, you know, and you had to delve deep.
yeah, I had that book in high school.
Yeah, that's heavy too.
Con. It says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly they be wounded.
Yep.
Con, and you know that's going on now. You know, you hear a lot of terminologies and words being used by other groups and you know other sources of people, and you know that the main the main forerunners who was bringing stuff out like that was the elders and apostles, man.
Con.
You
That's
know,
right.
and those guys like Professor Griff, Steve Coakley, what's the guy that wrote Behold the Pale Horse, Bill, I forget his name, but you know, pretty much coming up before coming into the truth and listening to guys like that, you know, it may help me tie two and two together, you know, link the truth with worldly knowledge and see that hey, it's a lot of secret backdoor shit going on all around this country, man.
Con.
That was it on that.
Con. I had a precept going back to what the barber brought out about the congregation of the dead. Again, man, this is the majority of people, right? So, like we're talking about the Illuminati. And again, people go, you know, they go like funny mode basically because the thing about it was before you would call that conspiracy theories, then what the elites did, they just did reverse psychology to where they started making these entertainers start throwing it out to where it's normal, right? Because you had a lot of interviews with people and a lot of commercials and a lot of things where they blatantly just said, yeah, I'm like Illuminati or you know what I mean, something to that effect. Like you had Jim Carrey come out and say it. You had a lot of people come out.
Right.
They did it in a funny way to where people, oh, it's a joke,
Right.
right? That's
Right.
just witchcraft right there before your eyes, man. That's just reverse psychology they call it, which is witchcraft.
Yep.
They're showing it to you. They're hiding it in plain sight, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
You know, and you people, you don't have the light, man. Hey, like in Revelations, you don't have the eye salve. You know, the Lord has to give you the eye salve, right, to see, right. So this is Ecclesiasticus 22. 22:11. It says, "Weep for the dead, for he has lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he wanteth understanding." Right? And that's the majority of people, man. You don't have the understanding, right? Make little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest. But the life of the fool is worse than death.
Yeah, because
So,
it's spiritually,
like, you know, that just goes into the scripture, man.
yeah, because it's spiritually dead, right?
Yeah.
And that's worse because at least if you're dead and you're in the spiritual world, you have understanding,
Right.
right? Because you're in your celestial body, you
When you're
understand
dead,
why
you're in
you're.
your right state of mind.
That's right, right, man. That's why. That's why. It says, what is that scripture in the Apocrypha? It's better to die than to live a bitter life, and
Con.
to be lost and not have the truth is a bitter life, man. You stress over so many things that you shouldn't even be stressing over,
Con.
and it's
Man,
all
this life,
because
yo, man, you can think in your life and say, damn, my life would have been crazy if I didn't really know what the fuck was going on.
yo, con.
You know what
Con.
I mean? Like, yo,
Yeah. Hey, but
God,
most
damn.
of the men that
Hey, what they
end up
say?
in this truth,
No, go ahead.
What
huh?
kind
My
of
bad.
I was just saying, most of the men that end up in this truth, that was our whole ideal. Like, yo, something's wrong. Like, yo, I need to figure out, because something's always been bothering you, right? Like, why
Yeah.
is this happening? Why is
That's
this
right.
happening? Your
Yep.
life ain't like this, like
Right. And hey, and I'm quite sure every man doing this can attest to that. Like something is not right. Like you know,
Con.
this can't be the norm. This can't be life.
That's
You know,
right.
I didn't need Jay Z. You remember
Man,
J-
Satan's calling me.
oh shit.
I gotta go ahead, man.
Con.
Right.
But
No, no,
yeah, I would
Shalaki,
just
no, that's a beautiful point, man. You know, that's a beautiful point that
yeah,
you
yeah.
bring out
Yeah, I was
because it's
saying
true.
I didn't need Jay Z and them to make that song. This can't be life. Remember that
Mhm.
state property and but I kind of felt that way from a young age. Like I even felt different. You know what I mean? I'm like
Con,
I ain't like these
con,
people, man.
like you didn't fit in too.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's so crazy that you say that, cause even when I was younger, man, and I was doing my music thing, man, and I used to work out. I always used to look in the sky, man, and be like, yo, I always felt
yeah,
like, nah, bro. You know when you like I always felt like maybe I'm an angel or something. I used to always tell myself that, but then back then I'd be like, nah, I couldn't, nah. But then coming to truth, I'm like, wait, yeah, yeah, because then you
yeah,
start realizing that this world really makes you not believe in any spiritual thing. Like they make you low, man. That's another reason why it's called the Congregation of the Dead. They make you believe in the most carnalist
yeah.
things ever, man. They don't make you
It
think
makes
about,
you operate on a low frequency.
yeah, huh.
You know?
Like you can't go beyond that limitation that they set for you. As soon as you try to think of any type of spiritual thing, they go, no, that's impossible. They bring you back to, oh no, believe in cars and money and
Yeah,
diamonds. Believe in the things you can see.
yeah. But pretty much lean towards and believe in whatever things Esau can do for you. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Brother in my camp did a video like stop pretty we got to go to Esau for the want need of all things, but certain things you got to pretty much depend on the spirit to take care of it, or uh, uh how people lean to Esau for his perks, his welfares and all that. you
yep,
know with the brotherhood, brothers got brothers that look out for him, or to help him out with certain things. Everybody quick to run to Esau for it, but
Or even health, Salaki, even health, man.
yeah, come
Possibly,
yep,
you ask an elder, man, and they know other brothers if they don't know the answer, and it'll go through the grapevine, so to speak, and someone will know what to do, man. They'll tell you how to deal with the issue.
Yeah, we got physicians all around. We got physicians in different camps everywhere, man.
That's right.
You know.
So
That's
it
great.
says,
Most I put on.
it's like it back in Sirach 22 and 12. It says, 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead, but for a fool and an ungodly man, all the days of his life. It says,
Yeah,
talk-
oh, funny because that's beautiful because when someone dies, right, you mourn for 7 days, but a fool, man, he's mourning forever. Like he's always estranged, he's always pissed off about something. Everything's always irritating him. You know what I'm saying? And most of the times he wants to take his life. You know, and that's a bad state because you're supposed to be in a state of wanting and enjoying life because the Most High made this earth to be a paradise, right?
Right.
You're supposed to enjoy the things here, but you're not enjoying anything here. You have to break your back to enjoy what, a day worth of time, you know?
Yep.
And that's why a lot of people go to selling their soul, man, selling
Yep.
themselves out.
Khan,
I got precept on that too. Whenever you done that,
This is verse 13. It says, talk not much with a fool, and go not to him that hath no understanding, right? Because them people will bug you out, man. I was actually just listening to this guy, Joe Rogan. He has a podcast, and he brings on
Con,
people and shit. And they're actually talking about schizophrenia, and he said there was a study they did that showed that if you hang around with a schizophrenic long enough, you might catch it, like real shit.
Mm-hmm.
that's demon. That's a demon,
Actually
man.
and that's how you know that's demons,
That's a
right?
demon.
That's not a virus.
No.
Esau doesn't classify it as a virus. It's a mental disorder, right? That they
Yeah.
classify. Those are demons,
What's
right?
that? Give me no plague but the plague of the mind. And them people you see them talking
Yep.
to, thinking they talking to demons. Like
Yeah.
if you ever get a chance, Google schizophrenic art and look at some of the shit that they draw, man.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
I've
he
seen
was
it. No,
saying
no, no,
he
no.
was saying he was saying his brother, man, his brother would go take a cab to his in-laws house, and he would come to the door and tell them to pay for the cab, and if they didn't pay, he'd throw a brick through their window.
Wow, that's
Hey
crazy.
Joe Rogan,
Like you
he
get the
got
meaning, man.
he got to be a Jake though.
Yeah, he said. I heard he was from Sicily. That's what someone was saying, from
Oh
Italy.
yeah,
Yeah.
he got
But
that.
he
He
made
do
a
got
reference
that.
to Israelites. There was an episode where he mentioned Israelites.
Oh
Oh
shit.
shit,
I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'll send it to you. But he said, man, but he didn't say anything bad. He's like, man, those guys are fucking serious, eh? He's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
he's like, those guys are serious. Those guys really
That's
go out there, read the Bible. He's
hey,
like,
that's how
stand
he
out
be
there.
too. Con,
And he's
con.
like, and he said, and this guest was like, oh, he knew about him too. He's like, did they tell you were the devil? And he said, no, these guys said that I might be one of them because I said I'm from Italy.
Oh shit,
And,
con.
Oh
and the
shit.
guy was surprised because he's like, oh man, you're lucky. He's like, the guys I seen, they just call any white guy the devil. That's it.
Hey, but that comes to show you that even we're that just being in the spirit of Yahweh is so terrifying that even people don't even want to even go the extra mile to even try and diss you. Anyone with a
Yo,
conscience,
and I
right?
was surprised, man. I was surprised because this dude, he had a series that was called Joe Rogan Questions Everything.
Yeah,
This dude
con.
criticized everything, man. Every
Everything.
religion,
Yep.
shit. I was surprised when he didn't say anything.
Yep.
But that comes to show you that what we're doing is serious business because when people
Power,
see that,
man.
they shake, man, because they're like, bro, these guys. And we're not saying anything prosperous to these people either. We're
Yeah.
telling them straight, like, yo, if you don't do this right, this is gonna happen, and they know we don't play no games.
Right.
You know, that's the that's the dead staring at the living.
Con.
Yeah, Khan. Just a couple more. It says, beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries. Depart from him, and thou shalt find rest, and never be disquieted with madness. Right?
Con.
Because if you ever been
Schizophrenia.
around, yeah, if you ever been around a mad person, man, and there's a lot of sick, mad people that come up to
Yup,
camp. Man.
yup.
And some
Hey,
people need to
con.
be healed, and some people are just bugged out for life, man.
Con.
Yeah,
Hey, it used to
for
be this
real.
guy that came by our camp, and he got this ancient. He got an ancient look to him, like,
Mm.
and he was fucked. He real fucked up in the head. But he one of them dudes you don't don't even say shit to him because he will fuck you up, man. But we entertain angels unawares, but some people, they mind is fucked up. Like a lot of these homeless people, man, they not right, man. They got demons on them heavy.
Legion.
Legions. Like
because a lot of them actually choose after a while to stay on the streets. They can go on welfare too. They can do this and that, especially in Toronto. A lot of them, man, they just that's their life, yo.
So
they choose to.
I know one of my boys that's in the world, man. Probably like a month ago, I went by my old place just to see what's popping. And he's on heroin now, and he's always out on the streets. People tell me like he's up at 4 a.m. Wanting to mow people's lawn. He's just on some next level. Like he doesn't want to go home, and he has a baby. Doesn't want to go home, with the baby and all that stuff. Because it shows you, man. Like once those demons get in your mind, it's over, yo. Like your rationality gone.
I ran across one that was talking like every people laughing at him, and I'm like trying to block him out, but I started listening to what he was saying, and I'm like, man, this dude making some sense, and people laughing at him like you crazy, like, I mean, it's hard to explain. Like he was even talking about he was in ancient battles and lost and died and shit like that.
Hey, there's a guy near us, right on the corner of Yonge and Dundas. I don't know if you ever seen him, Kabar, but this old guy, and he has pamphlets, and he always holds the Bible, and he looks bugged out, man. His face is all bugged out, but he's been there before. We were on the highways. One of the heads, the old head, he said he was there when he was a kid.
Damn.
And all he does is stay there, and he hands out the pamphlet, and he yells, "Believe!" That's all he yells, man.
Shit.
A lot of people, the girls pass by, and he just yells it, and they get scared. A lot of people laugh at him, but he's just there with the scriptures, man, and he's like, "Believe!"
Shit.
That's
might be a watchman.
So, hey, man, the Lord's peculiar, man.
Right? Very peculiar, huh?
Verse 14, what is heavier than lead, and what is the name thereof but a fool? Sand and salt and a mass of iron is easier to bear than a man without understanding, right? Because if you ever had a fool come up to camp, man, and you're there battling him for 2-3 fucking hours, man, you're talking to him, you start going crazy. Your circuit starts to fry.
Hey, when you're done, you feel drained.
Yeah. It's like completely, like you just worked 12 hours somewhere.
Yeah.
That was it on that?
Yeah, come.
Well, this is Sirach 20:9. Sorry. It says, there is a sinner that have good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turneth to loss. There is a gift that shall not profit thee, and there is a gift whose recompense is double.
Hey, that's like people like, oh, this guy, he never gets caught, or he just there's some people, man, that just they're just they have good success, man.
Right.
So you still can't envy that. You can't try to emulate that, because every man's lot is different. Even if you think every criminal thinks they're never going to get caught,
right.
Or else what the fuck you gonna do the crime for, right?
And that's what keeps them doing it more and more, because the thrill of not getting caught.
Yeah.
That's like you got a thrill, pretty much. Sometimes it's a thrill for some people to have sex in public or wicked shit like that, because the fear of getting caught, or the thrill of, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's so backwards. That's so backwards.
Yeah, that's this whole society backwards, man. Like, what's it called? Stranger Things, man. This is the real upside down, man.
Yeah. And why is the public like that? Because you have the leaders, these Edomites, man, these elites. They're doing the same thing, right? Because they're doing crimes and they can't get caught.
And they're spreading that witchcraft heavy through the media, man.
Yeah.
Every day, you're getting a dose, man, of something.
That's right.
You're looking at something, you're being influenced.
Yeah.
These little girls, all they're eating is fucking hormone chicken. That
hormone. Hot Cheetos and chicken, and We got a whole generation that's being raised on Lunchables.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, a lot of them don't know how to even help themselves.
Con. That was it on that.
All right, Con. Did you guys bring out more of the etymology of the dead, or did you guys
Uh,
stop from the
um,
verse? There's a bit more on
I
there.
I had that right.
Con.
Did I?
Yeah.
I had dead, or was it? What was it?
Dead.
Yeah, but dead. Where it says meaning in
Con. Yeah, I
sense.
got it. Here we go. Meaning insensible, void of perception, muffled, utter, absolute, quite, as in dead, drunk.
Hey, Slug,
From
it said void of perception, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
Con.
Let me just get one verse. It's Isaiah 69, and it said, "Go and tell this people, hear you indeed, but understand not, and see indeed, but perceive not."
con.
See,
Mm,
that's the scriptures right there, man.
Yeah,
there you go.
You know?
Con.
That's
yep.
like that date, like we said last week, came up.
Con.
1590s, quite certain, sure, unerring, uh, as direct, straight to be dead, set against.
Yeah, and that's the world. The world is dead against the truth.
Con,
There's a
Antichrist.
James 4:4, right? James 4:4. Um 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 uh First John 2:15, right? So that's when the world is in this opposing state, you're going against Yahweh Shai, right? That's being dead. You're going against life itself in
yeah, that's
general.
left side and right side. The
Con.
left side set against the right.
That's right.
Uh,
Right?
wholly opposed to.
You
Um,
said what? Woefully opposed to.
wholly opposed to.
Yeah, woefully opposed to, man. All right, let me get that word woefully real quick
Yeah,
in
I
the
was just
etymology.
going to do that too. You got it.
Yeah, let me get you. Just hold on to that.
Con. Oh, I gotta get this preset real quick.
This is woefully. Um, it doesn't really have much. Let me get it on the Google. Get it on Google. Woefully.
Yeah, and that's going into the Antichrist, man, right? Because in the scriptures, and was it First John, it said there are many Antichrists,
Yep.
Con.
right? Which all Antichrist means is anti or against,
Yeah.
opposing the anointed, the Messiah,
Um,
right? And that's the majority of these people, man. No matter how many Jesus pieces you idiots wear, you know, and all that. That's even more steam up the Most High's nose, man.
yo, that
Yeah.
I hate. Yo, I hate seeing Jake rock
Yo,
that
they
shit.
get
That
some
shit
big,
pisses
nice
me
20,
off.
24 karat. Yo, they
Yeah,
have to,
yeah. Should be blinged out,
Yo,
man.
I have to hold myself from running and breaking that thing off the neck and throwing it on the
you,
ground.
you know
Like
how
I
much, you know
swear.
how much Elamites are eating off that good, man, and then Khazars are eating good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Yep.
that. Crazy.
Hey,
I
hey,
have to.
hey. What's his name? That Kaiser in New York, Jacob the jeweler.
Oh
You know,
man,
Oh
he
yeah,
he was he
yeah.
was eating he was eating good off of that. You know, selling them big Jesus pieces, man.
Yep. I got the word "wholly," and it means completely, totally, absolutely, entirely, fully, thoroughly, utterly, quite, perfectly,
Perfectly.
downright.
Con.
And that's the heathens, man. Mainly Esau. Completely against order, you know, and perfectly wicked. Perfectly.
Perfect.
You know, in the sight of the Most High, Esau's doing the best job he's ever done.
Hey, he doing the work. He doing the work of the Lord on the left side better than some of these niggas claiming Israel.
Yeah, he's a perfect devil. You know,
Con.
hey,
Continue.
The
Like,
Lord said He was perfect in His ways, man.
con.
con,
He was the anointed cherub, man.
con.
That was um
Hmm?
yeah, I'm gonna continue on this etymology after you're done.
Okay, all right.
You said something, Jeremiah?
No, go ahead, go ahead.
All
I got
right.
precept after.
Con, it says it's from an earlier noun phrase, dead set, in reference to resolute opposition. Um, person defeated or soon to be useless person.
Yo, the heathen is all together, man. Useless
Second
person.
that second Edge 6 and
Hey,
54.
there's a thing in the newspaper a couple decades ago. I forget which year it was, but it said, "Beware of the useless idiots." And you can Google it, man, and they gave 10 factors why they call them useless idiots.
Hey,
You
what's
know
the
what I
other
mean?
term? Useless eaters.
Yep.
Soft targets.
Con, I have this precept real quick. This is Sirach 33 and 13. It says, "As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it as he pleases, as he pleasures, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh them best. Good is set against evil, and life against death." That's why Jake and it's the rest of the heathens, man. It's the Israelites versus the heathens. It's literally life against death, right? Because we're the living, they're the dead. We're opposites. We can't. You can mingle amongst heathens all you want, but eventually it's gonna be to your downfall, man. If we can't mingle, we can't work together. We have two different we're two different pots of clay, right? It
Con.
says, "Good is said against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there is two and two, one against another." Right? So you got dead influences and you got lively influences. That's why when we bring up something, they hate it, and when they bring up something, we hate it because we're set against one another, right? So sitting down with these people, trying to build with these people, does not offer anything good towards us at all.
Right.
It just ruins your frequency, right? And ultimately, what does it do, man? It makes the Most High turn His face away from you Israelites. Because really, this is really for you Israelites. We're not even talking to the heathens. We don't care about them,
Right.
right? Because the heathen's gonna go on this page, watch this video for 2 seconds, and then turn it off.
You got some that's
Because
going to click to it just to thumb it down.
gone haters,
Shout
hater
out to
raiders.
Shout out to the haters.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was it on the etymology too.
Con. I have another precept. Nobody have anything. This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 32. It says, "I am the power of Abraham and the power of Isaac and the power of Jacob. Yahweh is not the power of the dead, but of the living." See, so the Most High doesn't support heathenistic customs. So Jake shouldn't be following heathenistic because he said, "I
like
am the
praying
power
to
of
the
the."
dead, praying to the dead, setting up candles, setting up food. That's all Jake does, man. I
Yep.
seen him growing up. I seen plates. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? You see a photo of somebody and you see candles, man. I said, who the fuck's gonna eat this shit? Sometimes I eat the damn food. So I don't give a fuck, you know. But a child grows up that way, you know, and that's all he knows, man. And then that's why you, Jake, you get offended when we reprove you through the Spirit of the Lord, right? Because you have to literally wash that all away. Brainwash, man. You need a brainwash,
Yep. Con.
you know?
Con. I have a precept just because you said that. Yeah, worshiping in dead things. Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 10 it said, "But miserable are they in dead things, is their hope, who call them gods, which are the works of men's hands, gold and silver, to shew art in, and resemblance of beasts, or a stone good for nothing, the work of an ancient hand. Now a carpenter that filleth timber after he has sawn down a tree meet for the purpose, hath taken off all the bark skillfully round about, and hath wrought it handsomely, and made a vessel thereof fit for the service of man's life. And after spending the refuse of his work to dress his meat, hath filled himself, and taken the very refuse among those which serve to no use, being a crooked piece of wood, and full of knots, hath carved it diligently when he had nothing else to do, and formed it by the skill of his understanding, and fashioned it to an image of a man. What does that sound like, man? These idols, right? Or made it like some vile beast, laying it over with vermilion, and with paint coloring it red, and covering every spot therein. And when he had made a covenant room for it, set it in a wall, and made it fast with iron, for he provided for it that it might not fall, knowing that it was unable to help itself, for it is an image, and have need of help. Then maketh he a prayer for his goods, for his wife and children, and is not ashamed to speak to that which have no life. See?
Yeah, like
So
in Gladiator, in Gladiator, they showed you he had small figurines of his wife and his son that died, and he was praying to it, and he had other gods, small little
Oh
figurines.
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah.
In the Roman days, man. But these people do that shit today.
Con.
Yo, so like there's even a movie you know about this Shem, Bahuba Bali, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
before they went to war, what did they do, man? They made a sacrifice to a stone, man. Like one cut the cow and spread the
Hmm.
blood on the stone, and the other man cut his hand and spread it and said that this God is gonna deliver this battle in their hand, but it's a stone, man.
Right.
This God ain't here nothing, man. Ain't doing shit. But that's the work of the heathen because the heathens have no power. So they want to feel as if they have some type of power, some deity
Yeah,
fighting for them.
yeah. They do that on a lot on Game of Thrones too.
Yeah. It's crazy. You can't and then when you think about it, you something that you created can't be higher than you. It took you to create it.
Right. Yeah.
That's why the Most High says all this worshiping stones and your stuff that you drew are vain. The Most High don't bow down or give prayer or ask or give a prayer to us for what, man? He's like, I made you. What can you do for me? I created you. So it's the same way men needs to look at stones and all these statues that they
Yeah, like
building.
brother Pele, man. Brother Pele worships the woman.
Yeah, yeah,
That's his god,
Con.
right?
Hey, but
yeah.
what about what's that scripture where one of the prophets mocked the people
Elijah,
idol? Like, what is he? What does he sleep on a long journey?
Elijah, right?
Oh yeah, Elijah.
Elijah.
Yeah, it was hilarious, man. Those guys were going hard. They were going all day. Hey, they were
They
throwing
kill
up
themselves,
prayers all
man.
day.
They kill themselves.
Yo, but that goes to show you the works of men are foolish, man. The works of men are
Yeah, you got
really
Elamites walking. They got metal stripes with nails, and they start whipping their backs and shit.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
got these leaders, man. Sometimes I see
Uh,
this shit. I say, "Yo, man, these laws ain't hard to keep, man. I wouldn't want to do that shit."
yeah,
Right.
Don't
yeah,
touch me, bro. Every time I see that shit, I say, "Duarte, out, bash me up."
yeah, for
Con.
real.
Con.
Yo, or Hamites putting plates in their mouth and cutting up their heads and shit, man. I'll
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
nah, son. Nah, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, people
Yeah.
take being Israelite really for granted.
Con.
Really don't understand. And to be honest, that's the next thing. That's beautiful you said that because there could be a chance where those guys doing that can accidentally make themselves die, man. That's why everything they do is just death. Them
Death.
doing that, they can kill themselves by accident.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, that was it on that. Oh, actually, no, I had a little bit more. It says, um, verse 18: For health he calleth upon that which is weak, for life prayeth to that which is dead. For aid humbly beseech that which hath least means to help, and for a good journey he asks of that which cannot set a foot forward. And for gaining and getting, and for good success of his hands, asketh ability to do of him that is most unable to do anything. Show you, man, that men really went down to a low position in life. You know, to be it's almost like creating a bed and saying a bed is a god, man, and asking your bed to help you get to like your destination. You know your bed ain't moving, man.
Just like
Right.
something like complicated, your computer. Like a high tech computer or a car. A very uh, 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 a nice piece of machinery, so to speak, right? But guess what? Those things break down. Your body, when it breaks down, it can repair itself. Can those things repair itself? No.
Yeah,
So who
you
cares your body?
right.
You know, you gotta say that too, man. You know,
Con.
because your cells die every day, but then there's new cells that generate. Your
Yeah,
body does amazing things, man.
it's always a war going on in your body. Like it's always in a constant battle to pretty much remain perfect, like it was created to be.
Right.
Yeah.
But that shows you that even your own body, even without you knowing, is higher than the technology, because your
Yeah,
body doesn't need some type of crazy shit to repair
Well,
itself.
we're just on a lower level, man. You know,
yeah,
back in the ancient world, we're on a higher level. That's why certain men could do certain things, man.
That's right.
Even like all this talk about Esau talking about telepathy or
telepathy. Yeah,
telepathic, you know, all these different aspects. The Lord, he could manipulate the elements, man. That's how he turned the water into the wine. You know, that's
Mm,
how he calmed the storm. He walked on the water. You
he
know,
teleported.
yeah, yeah.
you know,
I got a
which is
scripture.
beautiful. And also, what did he Salakia?
No,
And what
you
did he
good.
do in the hill in front of I think it was what, Peter and John, I believe.
What
He
on the water?
transformed himself. No, on the mountain, he
Okay,
transformed
con.
himself.
Yeah,
He translated, he transformed.
con.
So it shows you, man, like Yahweh Shai, man, had spiritual power, man. He was on a whole nother level. All right. Yeah, that was it
Con.
on my precept.
Con. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 19. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. And that's pretty much, this dead generation we got here, man.
Yep.
And they're gonna have a horrible ending to it because this time, they're gonna perish in fire, man.
Yep.
That's right.
Hey, Og, you should read 17 down.
17, con. Uh,
Oh, go start at 16.
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 16. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of these kids, they're born out of adultery, literally, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. For they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Damn.
Yeah, because technically, um, all of these children and all of these people that live wickedly, they should die according to the law, man. Like in
Yeah.
this time, they have long lives. Some of them are wicked all the way till they're old, man.
Hey,
You
what's that
had
scripture? Because it ain't executed expediently.
Khan, right? Because what, this is the time period of the heathens, man, for Esau, for the wicked to rule. So they're gonna catch a judgment in the next life, which is when we're ruling. You had George, I think, is it George W. Bush's wife? Did she not just die a couple months ago or a year ago?
Barbara Bush.
Yeah, whatever her name is, right? She's been wicked all her. She's about that bitch. Like, she's been wicked all her life, but
Hey,
she lived up to an old age, man.
she looked like a fucking witch, man.
You know, but they at the end, like, it was without honor, because guess what? She's gonna go up there, she's gonna catch her judgment, and she's gonna come right back into slavery, man. What honor did
Yeah.
she die with? None.
Even that Rothschild that just died, Smith, Mr. Burns looking one. He
Yeah,
gonna wake up in the kingdom in slavery, man.
that's right. And he's been trying to preserve his life, man.
Yeah.
Been trying to preserve his
I'm off.
Yeah,
life.
Yeah,
people need to
yeah.
be put in a pit, man,
Con.
Con.
in a prison, man, for many days.
Verse 18, it says, or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in a day of trial.
Sheesh. You see, they die quickly, no hope, because they never got to see the truth. They never got to even get some kind of understanding of what was really going on. They never had a bright future, so to speak, man. And that's majority of these Jakes dying young. Most of these Jakes that die young, they have no hope in ever getting out of the situation that they're in, or
Yeah.
them, them prospering or whatever. So they resort to what, violence. And remember, I somebody shared it, man. I think it was one of the brothers in the can't, man. And yeah, it was Howard. He made a video and he said he played Menace to Society, and the old man said, I believe, do you want to live or die? And what did the
Um,
young man say? Said, I don't know. I never
I
really
don't
thought
know.
about it.
Yeah,
You know, because they have no hope
yep.
and they don't know. They don't have the truth. So to
Um,
them, life is just whatever, man. You know.
um,
they have no, what is it? No assurance of life.
That's right.
yeah, because Esau has this damn system, which is a pit, man. That's what the
Uh,
word means, you know. And
uh,
then they put you Jakes in the ghetto, which ghetto means corner, you know. And you only
Yeah,
have 2 ways out, man. Everything else is given to you. You're not given the proper education and attention and all that shit. You know, your family structure is all messed up. You know, and then you're replaced with your culture, man, which is gang culture,
uh,
right?
con,
And within that entails. So Esau set it up, but now Esau's changing it now because now he's gentrifying it. He's
uh,
just getting rid of Jakes. You
yep.
know,
con.
he's just getting rid of your neighborhoods, man. You
Yep.
know,
Verse 19, for horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation.
And that's 2/3 Esau and the heathens all included.
Con.
That's all of them included because um they've gone above and beyond their means now, man. I mean, it's just so wicked. To be honest, wickedness have hit a point where people want to reset. Even the people in the world don't even want to live the way they're living anymore. You know, it's that vibration because the Most High's bringing that truth, man, putting His spirit back on the earth to the point where people are starting to acknowledge themselves as being underdogs. Those are Jakes, and they know that life ain't right. They might not have the true answers, but they know that something's effed up.
yeah, because you know
Yeah,
why, Enoch? Remember Daniel 12, it says knowledge should be increased, man.
That's
At
right.
this present time that we're in, this is known as the age of technology, man.
yeah,
Yep.
At no other point in history was information so handy, you know, so fast,
Quick. Yep.
right? The, you can literally say something, you know, to your phone, Google, right, and then you search it,
Yep.
yeah.
you know.
You can literally be talking near your phone and then go to search for something, and it's
Yep.
already done click.
It's already
You know,
there.
it's
Yeah.
already there. I done
Yep.
seen that too many times. Like,
You
True,
know.
true.
yeah,
We can get one more precept and then close out.
I had Psalms 49 and 20. You brothers break it down. It says, "Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beasts that perish."
Read up one more time, brother precept.
It says Psalms 49 and 20, "Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beasts that perish."
Yeah, man, because you didn't have any proper etiquette. You didn't when you're a man of honor, and the people what consider honor today is what? The rich, the
making it
wealthy.
making it into the NBA, NFL,
Right.
MLB.
Right. But those guys have no wise words to tell you. They don't know how to make you live prosperously according to Yahweh Shemir Shai. Like,
Right,
yeah, they might have carnal riches, they may have the bling bling, but it doesn't mean they know anything,
right.
right? They were just they just got they were just one of those people that became the lucky picks, all right,
Yeah,
for
I got the
whatever
word.
they got.
I got the word honor.
Con,
This is in the blue letter yaquar, which means uh, price, value, preciousness, honor, splendor, pomp.
yeah, yeah.
That's
So yeah,
Jake Pomp, man.
yeah, pride, and then and wealth, man, riches.
yeah,
Just
That's what they considered on. It's crazy, right? You can be the dumbest, ugliest dude, but you walk down the streets in a Ferrari and mail cash, you're honored, man. You're
yeah.
honored like a god. Like, yeah, you know everything. You
You
know
even deem
everything.
you even deemed as wise if you start talking your mouth. Oh man, he's a philanthropist.
you
You
made
know.
it, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And what the other scripture I think is in the Apocrypha where it says,
When the rich
how
man
they,
speaks,
yeah, when a rich man
yeah.
speaketh, man, and then when the poor man speaks, he goes to overthrow him.
Like that
That's
scene.
go ahead,
No,
go
no.
ahead.
I was gonna say real quick, like the scene on the Boondocks when Huey
Oh, yeah.
was telling all them people, and they just he's so he speaks so well, you know. And he like no, and you know what y'all hear people hearing what I'm saying, and then and then he said, you know, the white man is a devil, and the Bush knocked down 9/11, and they cheering and shit, you
Yeah.
know, because if his words of wisdom, they ain't gonna hear you. But if you tell
Hey,
them some wicked shit on how to prosper, they gonna take you as wise, man.
hey, there was another show, Family Guy, right? And Lois, she became the mayor of the city,
Yeah, I seen
and
that.
all she had to say was 9/11, and they're like, oh, and then they're like, what are you gonna do for whatever, whatever, 9/11?
9/11.
They're just showing you that people are so simple that just because someone's in a state of power, they'll listen to you. That was what Family Guy was showing, man.
Yeah,
They can say the dumbest things, and you honor it as if they said the wisest thing, man. That's the world. The
like on
world can't.
TV shows.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna like in TV show audiences, they got the applause meter, like tell you when the applause when the thing.
And yo, that is no lie, because I went to one of those before. No, I'm dead serious. I went to one of those before. And when I went, they every time it was commercial, they would rehearse it. All right, let's rehearse. They'll like have the clap, and then they'll have the shout. It's like la, la, la. And then when they came back, the whole screen was lit up. They'll tell you just before when the clap, do the clap and shout and all that stuff, man. All that shit's fake, man. And on top of that, it's in a little tiny ass room. They squish you
Yeah,
together
yeah,
and make it look like a
Because
yo.
every
Everything's
time the damn
deceiving,
camera
man.
comes on,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
you know
When,
after
Yeah, yeah,
commercials.
but look,
yeah.
when you
Black
home,
break.
yeah, when you home looking on TV, it looks huge as shit. They in a little ass
So,
studio, man.
and you know how crazy they do it? This is how crazy they do it. That's how you know this the world is deceiving. How they get bare money. Okay, so put everybody standing in the first like 5 rows. People will stand. Then they have seats going up. So then they'll put people to sit down on the seat, and they'll put people in between. So it looks like there's a bunch of people. And
Yeah,
because of the way the cameras are, it looks like there's beer. I'm telling you, bro.
it
I
looked
was
huge. It looked
Yo,
huge.
I was
Yeah,
laughing my ass off. I'm like, yo, at that point, I was like, I'm never watching this type of crap again. Because I'm
yeah.
like, it looks so big on TV, but when you really look at it, it's like, nah, man. And they invite like schools. It's all school people and all that stuff. They get free audiences there and all that stuff, man.
Old people and
That's a
shit. Yeah.
whack as fuck, man.
Hey, it's a
Yeah,
Truman
they
Show.
used to
This is a
keep the
Truman
show
Show for
going.
real. Oh yeah, yeah, come.
But what, man? Those guys will talk on the show, and everyone believes that they have the biggest audience and that they're so good and they're so great. But they have personal issues in their own life, man. Some of them are probably going bankrupt. Some of them are losing probably their house, their women, their cars, whatever. But because they're in the spotlight, you look at them like they have it all good, man.
Yeah, some of them know that they do for another sacrifice. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all publicity tactics and commercial tactics and all that shit, man.
yep,
Yeah. Yep.
definitely.
That's why sometimes when you even see a magazine and you see some kind of product and you think it's you're like, oh my god, it's so big, and then there's small letters that says image not.
Image not that doesn't reflect
Yeah,
actual size.
yeah, you know.
Like as a kid, like I remember watching different commercials for toys, and you looking, and they make
Yeah,
it move and shit. Then they got, oh man, I can't wait to get that home. And then when you get it, and you be like, what is this? This shit don't do what they do on TV. I gotta make it do all this shit.
and they pay a lot for those commercials, man.
They pay a lot.
Hey,
Like,
someone told me just for a couple seconds, yeah, a couple seconds is like 10 grand. Just
Yep.
for like a couple seconds, man.
So that's hey man, this place is built off deception and witchcraft, man. Just tricking you.
Yeah,
Like these women, man. Once they wipe off their makeup, man, you don't want to see them. Man.
hey, and that's why, yo, that's beautiful, because that's why a lot of these women, man, they'll talk ish to you, but at nighttime they're crying in their beds because they have to look at their real selves when they go to sleep, man. They'll talk ish with the makeup and be like la la, but when they have to go to bed, bro, they're crying. They don't feel right. They feel like they're not strong and all that stuff because they're lying to themselves, man. This whole world is just lying to itself. The
yeah,
world is just lying to itself,
uh,
you know. That's why we can sleep at night. Though we're pissed off all the time, we
yeah,
can sleep at night because
uh,
we know the ending result. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
yep.
So with that, we want to say Kala, Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah,
Hashem, Rakakwadash.
Ba'ashem
Again,
Rukwakadash.
double honor to the apostles who are the ones who are going to teach, going that sacrifice the life of the truth. And also the hopeful elect of the house of David, the men on the forefront of the earth, sacrificing their lives to bring this truth out. Shalom,
Shalom.
Hamashallah, Mawata Babal,
Kwam
and
Yasharala.
be safe out there, Akim.